Hello, children. Welcome to the online class conducted during this COVID 19 lockdown period. We are studying Chapter 9 Environmental Management. We have already seen about the weather and the climate. Then we also classified the various types of waste according to the source of their generation. In the previous class, we broadly categorized these different kinds of waste into biodegradable waste, also called as wet solid waste or wet garbage, and into the non biodegradable waste or dry solid waste or the dry garbage. Then, in detail, we had seen the various harmful effects of solid waste, as well as scientific and eco friendly waste management. Today, we are going to study a very interesting topic on how we can practically deal with this serious situation of garbage generation. Yes, children, charity begins at home. So, as alert and responsible citizens, we will learn today on how to tackle this serious problem of garbage management. So, let us study the 7 principles of solid waste management. The first principle is reuse. Reuse, as the name indicates, is to use again and again and again. We may say that reuse is the action or the practice of using an item or a thing, whether for its original purpose or to fulfill a different function. In fact, reusing the previously used items helps to save time, money, energy, and even our resources. For example, we may pass on books, magazines, clothing, kitchen utensils to the needy or the underprivileged people. We may use the empty food containers to store the leftovers. We may buy reusable products like the rechargeable batteries. We may tear off the blank pages from our used fair copies and staple the pages to use as our rough copy. In this way, the used materials may be reused for some other proper purpose. The second principle is refuse. Now, this is where we can take a stand, children. Refuse simply means saying no, 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 no. We may refuse to use articles made from non degradable articles like plastic and thermocol. Children, as you all know, in our school, St. Ursula, long back the use of thermocol was banned for any type of school activity. And children, do you remember? Even in our class, the previously used thermocol sheets are now replaced with cardboards or thick chart paper. So, children, we should refuse what we do not need and replace it with an eco friendly item. For example, we may carry a cloth bag to the market and refuse to use the plastic bag. Then we may carry our water bottle whenever we go for an outing. Thus, we may refuse to use the disposable glasses. Now tell me, can you think of more such things which we may refuse? Happy thinking, children. Coming to the third principle, recycle. Recycling is the process of collecting and processing materials that would otherwise be thrown away as trash and thus turning them into new products. In simpler words, recycling is the process of breaking down of used items to make raw materials for the manufacture of new products. For example, waste paper may be broken down to its fibers in a process called as pulping. This pulp is cleaned and formed into new paper, which may be used for printing or packaging. Even the waste metals and glass may be recycled by melting them down into new raw materials. Coming to the fourth principle, rethink. Children, there are numerous ways to rethink our daily practices. By simply re examining the choices we make day to day, we have the power to affect change and work towards a sustainable future. For example, instead of buying a new dress to wear for some program, we may rethink to wear a beautiful dress we already have in our wardrobe. Instead of buying new copies, we may tear off the blank pages of used copies and staple them together to form a new copy. It all depends on how we think and go about. So, children, take some time and rethink about our habits, our activities, and then consequences in connection with the use of various things of our daily routine. The fifth principle is reduce. Reduce means to restrict the use of resources to avoid their wastage. For example, one thing may be shared by many. Old materials may be reused. Use and throw type of things may be avoided. While printing on a page, we may print on both sides instead of only one. So we may use the minimum amount required to avoid unnecessary wastage. I hope you all are understanding, children. Coming to the sixth principle, which is research. Research may be conducted related to reuse of materials that are temporarily out of use. Now, children, whenever you meet your friends, you all talk a lot about so many things. For a change, what about discussing your valuable contribution towards a greener environment? Let's discuss something fruitful whenever we meet our friends. The seventh and the last principle is regulation and public awareness. We can set example before others by ourselves first following the laws and the rules laid down by the government related to waste management, and then we may motivate others to do the same. For example, we may ourselves begin at home by segregating the wet and dry waste. Then we may share it with others and motivate them to follow our example. So, children, we may use certain habits which will be helpful to keep our environment clean and eco friendly. Like we may throw away plastic wrappers of chocolates, ice creams, biscuits, not onto the roadside but inside the dustbin. We should try to avoid littering. Then we may avoid the use of plastic bags and we should try to use the cloth bags, or even bags may be prepared from old saris or bed sheets, curtains, and so on. We may use both sides of a paper for writing. Even we may reuse the greeting cards and the gift papers for some constructive item. Then we may avoid the use of tissue paper and we should prefer to use our own handkerchief. Then instead of using lead batteries, we may use rechargeable batteries. We may encourage our family in particular and society in general by trying to adopt various programs of solid waste management and in this way educating and encouraging each other. Then we may avoid the use and throw type of articles like pens, canned cold drinks, and children. The Tetra packs should be strictly avoided. Children, do you know what is the time period required for degradation of waste? A simple banana peeling may generally take around 3 to 4 weeks for its degradation. A cloth bag requires around 1 month time. Rags may take around 5 months. Woolen socks need approximately 1 year period of their natural degradation. The wood takes around 10 to 15 years. Leather shoes require a time period of 40 to 50 years. Tin cans require a mammoth 50 years to 100 years for its degradation. The aluminium cans require 200 years to 250 years. And there are certain plastic bags which may take around 10 lakh years for their degradation. And what about thermocol? Thermocol, there is no fixed duration, infinite, or it may never degrade at all. So, children, if the time required for degradation of the solid waste generated around us is so long, it seriously affects other environmental factors. Now it is up to us. Either we save the world or we ruin the world. What is your choice today? Will you adopt these 7 principles of solid waste management? I encourage you all to reuse, to refuse, to recycle, to rethink, to reduce, to research, and to regulate and spread public awareness. It's time for revision, children. Today we have seen the 7 principles of solid waste management. The 7 principles are reuse, refuse, recycle, rethink, reduce, research, and regulate and spread public awareness. Children, I hope you have studied whatever is taught to you today. Now please note down your assignment. Write the 7 principles of solid waste management and write at least one line explaining this particular point and one example. That is, for each of the 7 principles, you have to write one line each and one example each to explain each principle. So, children, till we meet again, stay home, stay safe, plant a sapling. God bless you.